Hey everybody, welcome to Pipe Time. My name is JC and I am here to talk to you about tobacco pipes and tobacco pipe smoking. Now, this is a fairly new hobby for me that I have just started maybe about 6 months ago or so. But guys, this is a hobby that has been a gentleman's hobby for centuries. We are going to get into maybe some history about pipe smoking on this channel. We're also going to be talking about different types of tobaccos, different types of pipes, and just talking about life and sharing things. After all, that really is what pipe smoking is all about. It is about contemplation. It is about thinking. It is about relaxation. So we're going to get into multiple different topics. Who knows what? So I want to encourage you guys, if you are interested in pipe smoking, if you're interested in getting into pipe smoking, if you've been a pipe smoker for a long time, it doesn't matter. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and you guys will be receiving more videos as I continue. So I'm gonna be packing up a bowl right here as I kind of share a little bit about why I got into pipe smoking and why this channel. So pipe smoking for me has always been something that I've always found interesting. I remember when I was a kid, my great uncle actually smoked a pipe, and he had the long mustache with the curly cues on the end. And I just remember him smoking the pipe. I remember the smell, and it just smelled so good in comparison to like a cigarette smoke or even a cigar smoke. There was just something always about pipes that really intrigued me. And so I kind of always have been fascinated by pipes. And so this is actually a pipe that I bought at a antique store in Ohio. I wasn't actually sure about it. It was my first what I would consider like a major pipe purchase. I think I paid $27 for this. I knew nothing really about pipes at the time, but I saw it. I loved the unique design of it, and so I bought it. And this is, it's made in Italy, and it is numbered, and it is a selected natural is what is labeled on there. And it was pretty dull and a lot lighter actually when I bought it, and I bought some pipe wax and waxed it up, and it turned up real nice. The stem was actually broken. This part of the stem, I know there's a name for it, but I don't remember it right off the top of my head. But this part of the stem was actually broken. And so I had to find the right diameter to fit into here. And this is a 9mm in diameter here. And so I bought a new one. Actually, the wood grain on here matches almost perfectly. I would dare say you wouldn't hardly even know this was not the original stem. And it fits in there nice and tight, which is what you really want. And this has become one of my favorite pipes to smoke out of. So we are going to pack this up here today. What we're going to be using, we are going to be using a custom blend from a local smoke shop, George's Smoke Shop in Holland, Michigan. Highly suggest you guys get over there, go check out the shop. They have a wide variety of tobacco for pipes as well as cigars. They do have a few selections of pipes, but not a whole ton. But this is going to be rum and maple. So far, this has been my favorite aromatic. I really want to try one of the plums, but this has been so far my favorite. So we're just going to get some of this out of here and pack this bowl up, and then we'll move outside. I don't smoke in the house at all. And so anyway, so I've been interested in pipe smoking for a long time, you know, pretty much ever since I was a kid, and smelled that sweet aroma of an aromatic tobacco. And you know, I'm currently pursuing my PhD, and to me smoking a pipe always spoke like sophistication to me. It always said gentleman-y sophistication. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a professor at a local college. I'm getting my PhD. It's time for me to try smoking a pipe. And so I went and bought my first pipe. Actually, I bought was a corncob pipe in Puerto Rico at a small little tobacco shop in Old San Juan. I actually bought two of them, one for me and one for my friend that I was with. And we both tried smoking a pipe together for the first time. And I instantly fell in love with the hobby. It's just very relaxing, even right down to separating the tobacco and aerating the tobacco like I'm doing right now. It's just a relaxing thing to do. It kind of helps you just not really think about other stuff other than kind of what you're doing. And then as you prepare the tobacco, you can go sit out and smoke it and start thinking about other life stuff. So I really do enjoy this part. It's a part that I find relaxing and really allows me to get into the right state of mind as I get prepared to smoke. And so I know there's several different ways that people pack their bowls, and I've tried several different ways. And there's one particular way that I have found for me that I really like. I'm sure you guys have your own methods and techniques, but what I like to do is I like to aerate it like this. And what this does, it gets all those little chunks down to the bottom, allowing these bigger flakes to stay on the top. And then I'll separate these bigger flakes from the pile of smaller flakes. I know some people like to do it 3 different sizes. They like to take the stems and the larger leaves and put those in a separate pile. I don't like doing that. I tried that once. Didn't really like how it smoked. And so I found that for me, the best way to do it is to separate, I'll show you a little bit here. It's like here you've got more small little pieces, where here, as you can see, they're gonna be bigger like strands of tobacco. So I like separating them into those 2 separate piles. And this, guys, you can make this last as long as you want to, anywhere from kind of a quick 20-30 seconds just to get everything separated, up to 5 or 10 minutes, however long you guys want to take. There really is no wrong way to do it. That's what I love about pipe smoking. There really is no right or wrong way to do it. So back to why I started smoking pipes, is I just really felt like it was time for me to try something that has been seen as like a gentleman, sophisticated hobby for centuries. And I absolutely loved it. I love the relaxation that you can have with it. It takes about an hour to smoke a good packed bowl. And so I've started reading books that I never would have read before. I mean, I've read a lot of like self-help and educational books, but I've never read like novels or anything like that. And so I've actually started reading just books with stories in them, which I've never done before. So I just take an hour and I read for an hour while I'm smoking. And that's just really awesome. It's a really great time. I love the different flavors of tobacco that you can get, all the way, from really aromatic, kind of fruity smelling, all the way just to like your Virginia and your Navy, which is much more of like your traditional tobacco smell. I love it all. I love all of the options. I love the different pipe designs. There's so many different pipe designers out there, from estate pipes, which are vintage pipes, all the way up to brand new pipes. I love all of the options. It's just a lot of fun. And so I found just a small group of people I actually follow. I think it's the Gentlemen's Smoking Society, on Facebook, and just found a really great community of guys on there that also smoke pipe, and they've been really helpful with answering questions and all different sorts of things. So that's really why I started smoking. It really allows me to sit back, take an hour just to reflect on things, read a book, and just grow myself, and I have found it to be really, really helpful. And so why I decided to start this channel is because I want to help you guys learn some stuff about tobacco smoking, learn some stuff about life in general, have conversations with you guys, maybe share what I'm learning as I'm reading. If I read something where I learn something. Right now I'm actually reading an Agatha Christie book. I am reading Death on the Nile. I've seen the movie, have never read the book, and I'm almost finished with that. So that's been a really fun time for me, just being able to go sit out on the swing outside and smoke a pipe, read a book, and just have some great time of relaxation out there. So that is why I started this channel. I just want to help you guys, want to have some sort of entertainment, something for you guys to maybe watch while you are smoking your pipe. And yeah, so I'm gonna pack this thing up. So what I do is I've heard it called like just gravity packing. So it's just kind of like putting in your tobacco and kind of letting gravity take a hold of it. And actually, you know what, before I do that, I've started using Keystones, which, if you guys don't know what Keystones are, they're little clay stones that, for me, they do a couple things. They soak up the moisture, of course, but what they also do is they also act kind of like a filter, in the sense of it lifts the tobacco up off like the floor of the bowl. That way you actually smoke all of the tobacco rather than leaving a big chunk. I don't know if you guys have ever smoked a bowl and went to empty it out and there's like a nice big chunk of fresh tobacco still in there. I know I have. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a waste of tobacco. And so I take these small little clay pebbles and I put about 10 or 15 in the bottom of my pipe. And that way, depending on how big they are, and then that way, there we go. That way, I don't waste any tobacco, because the intake hole for the smoke is actually below, or above, I'm sorry, above the bottom of the bowl. And so if you don't have something in there to offset that, you can actually waste quite a bit of tobacco. And it's not like it's super expensive. It's actually pretty affordable. Where I get my stuff from George's Smoke Shop in Holland, Michigan. I think this rum and maple was like $5 an ounce. So it's not like it's horrible, but you still hate to waste tobacco, you know what I mean? All right, so now let's repack this thing with the gravity method. And I usually just pack it up till it's kind of like overflowing the top like this. And then what I'll do is I'll press it down until it's about halfway. You don't want to press too hard, because too hard of a pack, it'll be hard to smoke. So I always test it. And that's a good draw. So then I put a little bit more of this longer pieces of tobacco in there, kind of lightly pack it again, right till it's about 3/4 of the way up, and then kind of put a little bit more in, right until it's maybe about 1/4 of the way left, and then I start packing in this smaller stuff. Kind of acts as a kindling, just like if you were to start a fire. The smaller stuff helps get you a nice solid ember going in there. So you kind of just pack that in nicely. It's a little hard of a draw, but put a little bit more in there. And that's about how full I usually pack it, because I've burned a couple shirts and some shorts with some ash falling out and some burning tobacco falling out. So that's about as full as I fill it. And then what's awesome about this smoking board that I purchased, I actually purchased it from a gentleman on Instagram that I learned about from another pipe smoker, his YouTube channel, and I absolutely love this board. It is custom, and I have to remember the guy's name. I'll put the link in the bottom for you guys of his Instagram, so you guys go check him out. But the great thing about this board, unlike a lot of other boards, it's got a nice little exit here for your tobacco that you have left. So I just kind of move it to the leftover tobacco, kind of to the end there, and then I put it right in my bag, put the corner right in my bag, and just kind of shimmy it, and it flows right through that little funnel corner, right back into your bag. That way you are not wasting any tobacco. Again, we don't want to see any of this tobacco go to waste. So get all the air out of it and roll it up and put it in my my tobacco bag I have here. Let's see, spilled a little bit here on the table, but that is okay. I usually have a pipe stand, but I forgot that in the other room, so kind of spilled a little bit, but that's okay. Then I roll up the stones here, also put them in my bag, and then I get out my lighter. So this is my tamper that I used. My bag came with like a cheap little metal tamper, but I actually like this. It's just nice and fancy. It's got some wood, but it's a nice metal tamper. It's got like a cleaning blade on it to go around the bowl with a nice little beveled edge there. And then it's got, I'm sure there's a proper name for this, but a little poker stick to get stuff out, a little pick to get stuff out. And I actually use this if I pack it too tight. I know some guys will empty their bowl out and redo it, but actually what I have found works really well is taking this pick and just poking a couple holes in your tobacco that's already in your bowl that's packed, and that helps aerate it. And that way you don't have to repack it, and you don't have to try to suck your brains out to get some smoke. So this really helps. I just like to tamper it if I packed it too hard. So you can get these on Amazon. I think this was like 10 bucks or something like that. I don't really remember, but it's not very expensive. That's another nice thing about it too. You can go buy a $10,000 pipe if you want to, or you can go buy a $20 pipe. You can go buy $25 an ounce tobacco or $5 an ounce tobacco. It is a sport, or a hobby rather, that is affordable for everybody. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do it, but you can spend a lot of money if you want to. I use this Zippo lighter. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty disappointed. I thought this was gonna be real wood grain, and it's not. It's just a 3D decal of wood on there, so I was pretty bummed out when I ordered it. But I use this, and this is actually a pipe Zippo. So if you see, you got that big hole in the middle there, as opposed to your typical Zippo, which has a bunch of little holes. This is specifically designed for pipe smoking. So that is why I bought this one. I'm undetermined if I like it or not, because it doesn't seem to be as windproof as your standard Zippo. But this is what I used right here. So now it is time to step outside, and we are gonna light this up. Well, I was gonna sit in my normal smoking spot, which is, let's see if you can see it from here, which is that hanging chair. They're the white hanging hammock chair, but I forgot that it rained last night, so I'm just gonna stand up and smoke it, I guess. I probably won't smoke the whole bowl, but we'll see, maybe. It takes about an hour, you know. Now, when you light a bowl, you really want to try to get all of the tobacco on top lit as possible. That way you have a nice even burn. It can be a little difficult sometimes. And then about after 10 puffs or so, you want to use that tamper to push that ember down in there, because you want that ember down in there nice and tight so it keeps everything lit. Sometimes the ember will go out a little bit. When you press it, no big deal, just relight it. So we'll just take this tamper, press that down a little bit. You don't really want to put a lot of pressure because you've already packed it. You just want to get those ashes down. We'll just relight it real quick. Because it's already lit, it usually relights pretty quickly. And then you just smoke. Now you think or read or do whatever you want. I like the bent stem style. Some people like the straight stem. I actually prefer the bent style. I just think it holds nice. And I love, here you'll see there's like, not all of them have this, but there's a little lip right there. I actually have one that I bought that's got a much bigger lip, which is nice. It kind of helps it from slipping out of your mouth, so that's really nice too. So this is a great outdoor hobby. If you guys don't like smoking in your house, we are actually going to be building a new house. And in my study, I'm actually putting in an air purifying system. That way I can smoke in my study without it smelling up the whole house or smelling up the study. And they actually work very well. And they're not super expensive. My daughter's here from Tennessee, and she actually says that this blend, which is the rum and maple from George's Smoke Shop, she actually said it smells like roasted marshmallows. So I love that, because you always want a good aromatic smell when you're around other people. You want to remember that, you know, whenever you're out and about smoking a pipe, especially in public, people are going to smell it and they're going to notice it. So you want to be able to have them like what they're smelling, as opposed to like a cigarette smoke. You know what, if it goes out, don't worry about it, just relight it. It usually relights really quick and easy. There's no best practice to do this. It's you find the way that you enjoy smoking a pipe for the reason that you smoke a pipe, and you will find that your pipe time is worth it every time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, please like it, and follow Pipe Time for more Pipe Time adventure. We'll see you guys. Thank you so much.